Let's look at the overview of key chart attributes. We shall demonstrate the key chart attributes, which include the data series, the axes, the titles, the legends, the data labels, how data is selected, modification of axes, the plot area and its formatting, chart area and its formatting. Then we see lines and field colors, and then chart design, and then number formats for charts, among others. Now, for us to be able to demonstrate these attributes, let's use an example of a pie chart. So we have our data. Let's select our data. Then we go to the Insert tab on the ribbon. Then we click on the chart group. Then we go to all charts and we select a pie chart and we press OK. Now we have different types of charts. Now let's start with a legend. A legend basically is what we know as the key that shows the different items of our pie chart. So this legend has different attributes. For us to be able to see those attributes, we can do any of the following. One, we can actually click on the legend, and then we right click and we click Format Legend, and we open the chart formatting pane. Another alternative for activating the chart formatting pane is clicking anywhere in the chart, and then we shall have our chart design tab on the ribbon. Take note that when you click outside the chart, that tab on the ribbon disappears, but when you click in the chart, then the chart design appears. When you click there, there is something called Add Chart Elements, and among them we have legend, and it is asking us where we need to place our legends, whether on top, whether to the right, or you don't need the legend at all, or you need it to the left or to the bottom. So you can do that, or you right click, format legend, and you go to the pen and you indicate where you want it. So for now, let's place it on the right. Now that is the legend. The other issue is the title. There are different things you can do with the title. One, you can actually type in the title and you say GDP by sector. And then you can have that, or you can actually come and highlight the chart title and then press delete, and you will have your chart without a title, and the title can be put outside the chart. The other alternative to have a title is click anywhere in the chart and then go to chart design, add chart element, then chart title, and then you can choose where to put the title, either above the chart or centered overlay, and then more other title options. That is as far as the title is concerned. Let's now look at how you can format data series. Data series are basically the different components of the chart, whether it is a line chart or a pie chart. Now, when you click anywhere on the chart, it will activate the different series of our chart. Then on the chart formatting pane, we can see it is giving us proposals for formatting data series. One is that we can actually go and put a no line as a border. As you can see that our chart has a border, which we can choose to put a solid line or to put no line. And we can even choose the color of our border. For example, we can say let's have a red border, and we can even choose to expand the width of our border, and we have our borders for the different pies having very bolded borders. In addition, while having our chart selected, we can click anywhere and we have any of the pies highlighted. Now, for example, when we click outside the chart and come back and click anywhere on the boundary of the pie chart, then we see all our pies highlighted. If we want, for example, to change a color for any of the pies, we go to a specific pie and click on it. So, for example, if we want to change the color from blue, we go to the format data point and we go to this bucket that has paint. It represents fill and line. Now we had seen how we change the border. Now we see how the color of the pie can be changed. So from automatic, we can go to a pattern fill, and a pattern fill, we can choose which color to use. We can say let's use the color green, and then we choose which pattern to use. We can actually have our pies represented not by a solid fill but by a pattern fill. Or alternatively, we can go and instead of using a pattern, we can actually use a solid fill. Then we come and choose any of the colors that we feel is suitable. So for now, I'm going to leave in a pattern fill based on this greenish color. And all these attributes we are looking at are almost the same irrespective of the different type of chart that we are interested in. So for now, I'm going to move to show how the plot area and the chart area can be changed. Now, when we click on our chart, what is highlighted now is called the chart area. And if we would want to change the background of a chart area, while we have that chart area highlighted, we can still come to our chart format pane and we go to this bucket of paint for fill and line, and then give a background, and we can come and choose which background we are interested in. We can choose this blue line. However, maybe we don't need it bold, and we can change the transparency of our chart area. Please note that in addition to chart area, there is a smaller box inside the chart area, which is the plot area. And in this plot area, you can actually come and input a different color, again with the plot area highlighted. As we can see here, there are plot area options, but when we click outside the plot area, then we have chart options. So when we highlight the plot area, we can still come and give it a color, can give it a solid fill, and we can have any color like orange, and we can also try to have it less transparent. That is as far as some of the attributes are concerned. Then let's quickly look at data labels. As we can see, our pie chart does not show any numbers. Other than seeing the respective sizes of each of the pies, we are not able to tell what percentage of the entire economy each sector represents. And for us to be able to do that, we can include data labels in our chart. Two ways of adding data labels. One is you can right click and add data labels, or we can actually highlight our chart area, go to the chart design, add chart elements, and we go to data labels. We can indicate how to put the data labels. We are seeing outside end, best fit, inside end, center, or we can put a call out whereby we have these data labels outside but with a corner that highlights the pie to which each of the data labels relate. So for now, let's put them outside. And then when we have our data labels, we can come and click on any of the data labels. When we click the first time, we shall have all our data labels highlighted. If we click on any of them the second time, then we shall have only that one highlighted. There's a lot that we can actually do. One, we can actually change the number format, including decimals or not decimal, by putting a separator or removing a separator, 1000 separator. And let's click outside the data labels and then back to the data labels. When we go to the label options, then under label options, again we go to label options. We see that there are values, but we can also indicate percentage. So in addition to each of the absolute figures of GDP for each of the sectors, we can also show the respective percentages for each of the sectors. That is as far as data labels are concerned. And you can also give the data labels their own background if it is necessary by coming again with the data labels highlighted. Make sure that all of them are highlighted if you intend to make changes on all of them. So you have them highlighted and you go to the fill and line, and then you can give it a fill background, solid fill, and then come and choose the color of interest. And you can also give them a border. As you can see, there's no border. We can actually come back to our paint bucket and now move down to border and still put a solid line. And then we can choose to put a blue border around our data labels. So all these are the respective attributes that one needs to change. Finally, for any chart that we have constructed, depending on the suitability of data, we can actually convert that chart from one type to another. For example, I will copy our pie chart and paste it in a separate location to have a copy of the pie chart. And then I'll come and highlight the entire chart. And then I right click. And then I click on change chart type. And now instead of a pie chart, I can go and make a column chart. And I have choices of which column charts I can make. So I can actually have a column chart like this. I can have a column chart like this that shows the different components of our economy, or I can actually have my chart differently. I create another copy of my pie chart, and then I come and right click and I change chart type, and I come to the column and I come and create a column chart like this, and I press OK. Right click, change chart type, column, click here, come and click this type option, and I click OK, and I will have a column chart. Now, when I have a column chart, there are additional things I can do. When I go to my chart design, I can come to add chart element. I can come and add axis titles. I can add the horizontal one. While the axis title box is highlighted, I come and type in sectors, press enter. I can come and bold, and I can even increase the font size. Likewise, I can come and go to the chart design, add chart element, axis titles, and I can add the vertical axis title, and I call it GDP brackets US dollar million. I close brackets, I press enter. I can come to the home tab, I bold, and I even change the font to 13. I can give my chart a title by going to the chart design, add chart element, then I say chart title, and I put above chart, and I call it GDP by sector. GDP by sector. I can come, bold, highlight the entire title, click on the side, bold, and then put any font of choice. Likewise, you can put a background color to the title, you can change the font color, and many other things that can be done on a chart. So basically, that is the summary of the key attributes of charts and graphs. And once you grasp how to change these attributes, you will most likely have known a very big part of the knowledge that you need to create charts in Excel.